Hey guys, Bronze-63 here. Let's hit it. Yep, we might get to fight Barnabas and Odin this chapter, or maybe not. We haven't even went to, the east yet to that isle, so I don't think so. But one can hope. I'll probably fight some other monster. Probably not him, actually. Now that I think about it, he's probably long gone from here. All right, Bronze-63 out. Peace.
That sounded big. Joshua and Jill must be busy. Help me, boy. Where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
I somehow doubt it. Little situational ironies at play here. Barnabas and what was this other guy's name? Barda or whatever? Shit.
Where are they? These creatures. Does Ultima's rage extend this far? What the hell is going on here? Over here! Get him! Attack! What does he want? Too slow. Get him.
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt, and now you're here, with an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am Sleipnir of House Harvard, and you will yield. Or not. As long as you don't hold back.
Trick.
You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Mythos. Yes! Yes!
Nice try. Over here!
Be still, my beating heart!
Soil and stone!
Stop!
Let there be light! Get him! Ogle, kill! Slow. Nice try. Go for it!
One is seldom enough.
Do not agree. Actually, I wouldn't. Nice try. This one. Too slow. Over here.
Enjoying yourself?
Titan! To me, flames!
Second!
Too slow.
Be still, my beating heart!
Nice try.
Mythos.
Yeah, it wasn't tough at all. Pathetic, really. Stegoine Insignia. After taking up the mantle of Lord Commander of the Knights of the Royal Loader Army upon Sidovol's Telmo's ultimately untimely resignation, Sleipnir harbored Sir King Barnabas for the better part of a decade. Intriguingly, however, there are no records of a house harbored ever existing either Vladimir or on the southern continent, begging question, hence where exactly he hailed. Huh. Yeah. Probably made up name, who knows?
The vessel is strong. My liege.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Waloed.
Get back.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Try it.
As all the rest.
Joshua!
Oi! Oi! This way! Hurry! Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Will he be all right?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You not mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. The Iron Hair wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her Eikon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But you have an idea.
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
Save Jill.
Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
Yet still he clung unto the mast and bellowed, "All ahead!"
You don't know what you're talking about. The odor's what gives Chance's stew its, depth. And that's what makes it superior to any old lizard livers.
Oh, please. Have you even tried the fried mortress? Taste, smell, texture. It beats your beloved stew hands down on every count. Now that's a masterpiece.
Which song should we...
Clive, if you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. I reckon I can find a buyer. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered. Either way.
What's Sancfordian, dear? My best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you. My best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you. Anything else?
If it's knowledge you seek, we've tomes of...
That room bed looks really good.
We all know that bearers have a resilience to the ill effects of ether. But don't you find it strange that there are those who, despite being free of magic's burden, can seemingly pass through a flood without consequence? I asked our luresman how this could be, and he suggested that it might have something to do with bloodlines. Many of the realm's dominants are born to specific families, you see. The Rasfields, the Lesages. So there must be something in those families' blood that provides them with the potential to become vessels for Eikons. But what about the ones who don't awaken? Could it be that this same potential provides them with something of the same immunity? Your uncle's recent travels with you across the ether-ravaged countryside would certainly suggest so. And yet, what about Gav? Well, in smaller, more isolated populations, bloodlines are less diluted. Hence, Shiva's dominant sometimes awakening in the child of a common northerner. And our scouts not having turned 100 times over.
Let me help.
Oh shit, what a lore dump.
Most of them, anyway.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether?
I was wondering when next you'd visit. Go safely. Good morrow to you, my friend. I have a few new notes that might interest you. You wish to study the tomes?
So close. The Ironworks, a fully functioning shipyard nestled within the hollow of a sea grotto on the outskirts of Calver. The high cliffs and violent tides which surround it, effectively concealing the interior from prior eyes. It is here that men, along with other allies from the highway, strive in secret to finish work on an Enterprise, a revolutionary high-speed vessel. Governor Sleipnir was known to many as a constant knight, by reason of his unchangingly ice dominion and his unwavering loyalty to his liege. Bested by Clive Rossfield after he and his master slaughtered the guildmasters and Republican ministers in the Canvarian Agora. That was brutal. While originally part of Dalmatia, the cities achieved their independence in the year 857. Canada relaxed an army of its own and left instead on a city guard formed of mercenaries hired by its merchants and tradespeople. Unfortunately, the city guard and indeed the city itself were decimated and attacked by Akashic Welloder troops in 878. Having lost its political leaders and the bulk of its citizenry, the free city ceased at the point to be a nation in any meaningful sense. That sucks. Josh Ross was Dominic Phoenix and younger brother of Clive. After surviving disaster at Phoenix Gate, he devoted himself to uncovering the truth behind the emergence of the second Eikon of Fire. With the help of the Undying, he obtained a copy of the Journal of Moth Conqueror, from whose pages he learned of the existence of Ultima, the creature he was later to meet with and seal away inside himself in the sanctuary of Drake's Head. Now reunited with his brother, he and Clive fight as one to defeat Ultima and forge a new fate for mankind. Yeah. A merchant by trade, Karen was born in lands beyond Valisthea. She came to the twins as a weapons dealer, selling to anyone willing to pay an attitude to earn her not only a fortune, but a price on her head. It was while fleeing from her many enemies that she met Sid, who gave her refuge in exchange for her exclusive services. Her hard-working assistant Goats, whom she calls her right eye, she bought from his neglectful parents. Apprentice Karen, an ally of the Hideaway. Karen purchased Ghost from his neglectful parents after witnessing how they abused and undervalued their child, and it has been his pleasure to serve her ever since. His nan feels much the same way about him, going so far as to call him her right eye. On a rare occasion, she lets her true feelings slip. Molly, chief cook at Clive's Hideaway, who inherited a role from Kenneth after he lost his life in Titan's attack. Molly's true passion lies in the baking of pastries and other sweetmeats, but alas, shipments of sugar to the Hideaway are few and far between. Instead, she pushes the boundaries of her culinary repertoire by assisting the other end in reviving questionable dishes for profit by his questionable cookbook. Quentin, though he succeeded in his revenge against the Lord Chief Justice who put his family to the sword, he was left bereft after the greater number of his loyal comrades lost their lives in the process, and Lost Wing was swallowed by an Aether flood. However, with the support of his surviving Lost Wing family, he swore to see the town rebuilt. After the Aether flood, let's hope. The village became overcrowded after an Aether flood, and the Lazarus drove the guardians of their flame and the bearers they had rescued from the Black Shield raids to seek shelter there. To make space, she worked with Clive and Wade to resettle them in Eastpool, where she has been supporting them ever since. Felipe, Imperial soldier of the Northreach garrison, whose heart pines for none other than Isabel. He leads his stand against the threats Northreach faces and inspires his fellow soldiers to do the same. Love for her, man. Good luck with that, man. Conrad, master of the Dalrymple Kitchens, where he serves failing yet inexpensive fare to the people of the town and the miners of Drake's Fang. After his town was sat upon by bandits, Conrad led the faction pushing for the recruitment of mercenaries to take bloody revenge. However, he was convinced to look instead at a former town guard from the citizens, drawn from the citizens of Dalrymple, of whom he became the inaugural leader. Natalie, veteran trader of the Dalrymple markets, turned leader of its new league of merchants, the group responsible for filling and maintaining the town's collective stores. Though she loathes violence and argues vehemently against the plan to hunt down the bandits who attacked Dalmo, she's passionate about protecting the town and its people. When the bandits returned, she was the first into the fray. Cairo, or is it Cyril, a senior member of the Undying known as the Bearer of the Burning Quill, who coordinates his orders' research into Ultima from their headquarters in the Dalmatian village of Tabor, and has Liege Lord Joshua's command. He lends his and his order strength to Clive. Yotat, a member of the Undying, a secret society sworn to protect and serve the raw seals of Rosaria and a dominant of the Sphinx who was always born in their line. After her order rescued Joshua Rossier from the ruins of Fiend's Gate and nursed him back to health, Yotat was tasked by her order to accompany and protect him on a journey to uncover the truth of Ultima. I wonder how strong she truly is. No, he stirred under the sure in your eyes of flame. He'd always dreamed following his uncle's footsteps. Clive accepted him as a squire and brought him back to the highway, that he might learn from Sid the outlaw example. However, after the gardens of flame took back Eastpool, Clive bade officers to return to the village where his aunt Hannah is buried and lend his strength to restoration efforts. Gardens of flame sheltering bears from black shit. After skies turned their base in Lazarus district, outside Port Esol was swallowed by an eighth of flood, leading them to seek shelter in Marfa's rest. In return for Marfa's hospitality, the Guardians aid the Blood Axes in defending the village. After Clive assisted him and his fellow Guardians in driving the bandits from Eastpool Bay and the bearers they saved from the Black Shield's purges, relocated to the village where they prepared not only to rebuild it, but to rekindle the spirit of Rosaria. Rutherford. In normal circumstances, his daily duties touch all aspects of running his master's manor. Of late, however, Byron has bade him leave the safety of Port Esol to conduct survey into the political, military, and economic situation of Storm, a task in which he has enjoined the assistance of several of his fellow butlers to the nobility. Ultima across a vessel in which to inculate his disembodied soul, and Clive's curious ability to absorb the powers of other icons suggests that he is a very mythos that Ultima has long awaited. He wills Clive to absorb the other icons that his vessel might be perfected. Okay. When the ill-omened cloud summoned by Ultima gathered over Valisthea, the delicate balance governing the magic-yielding power of Aether was suddenly shattered, and the realm was changed forever. After following Primogenesis. The nation formerly known as the Grand Duchy, he was forced to behind the misery of downtrodden populace. Part of the misery of downtrodden populace, but losing the empire's grip somewhat in the process. A nation formerly known as the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, occupying the western. Rosaria has been a vassal of the empire for nigh on 2 decades. Uprising in Twinside led by Prince Dion Lesage and his little dragoons, and subsequent death of both Holy Emperor and Empress in the year 1808 has left Cedric with barely the Pharaoh to rule itself, rendering the erstwhile dukedom a subject of the empire in name and little else. After their base in the Lazarus District was lost to an eighth of flood, they moved north, continuing their operations to revive the duchy hand in hand with Martha. They finally resettled in Eastpool, where they now labor to revitalize the village hand in hand with the bearers they and Martha freed. The Undying, a secretive order who serves the lords of Rosaria from the shadows. They revere the mighty Phoenix and its dominant and once presided over the rites of the ancestral community at Phoenix Gate. Few outside of the order know of its existence, even among the highest ranking members of Rosaria nobility, and to this very day, with Rosaria reduced to a mere imperial province, they continue to serve the rightful keeper of the flame, His Grace Joshua Rossfield. The Blood Axe, the band of sellswords tasked with the protection of Martha's Rest in the absence of any assistance from nearby Imperial garrisons. It falls to them to keep watch on the roads and keep the beasts and bandits of the swamplands from Martha's Gate. Eastwell hamlet located in the eastern part of the Imperial province of Rosaria. It was deserted after culling ordered by Empress Amvel, with bandits eventually moving in to occupy the ruins. The bandits were eventually driven from the ruins, and the hamlet reclaimed by a group of freed bearers and Sarah-Waite's guardians of the flame, who had but recently lost the Lazaric district of Port Isolde to an Aphid flood. This grand was overrun with what appeared to many as thieves and cutthroats, but in fact a band of ducal revolutionaries known as the Guardians of the Flame. Their occupation, however, came to an abrupt end at the hand of the April flood. The Lazarus 63. After its administrative capital moved to Twinside in the neighboring crystalline Dominion in the year 1883, an insurgency led by Prince Dion Lesage upending the political and military order, spreading unrest and disruption across the land. This disruption was further worsened when ultimately unleashed Primogenesis, obliterating Twinside and plunging the realm yet deeper into chaos. They were tagged black shields. They were fast purging the impurities from the province to which and they conducted cullings of both bearers and those judged to be ducal loyalists. Some would later abandon their duties to enter the service of the former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreak, who charged them with keeping watch on his enemies in the Lost Wing. Waltzing at one time, the small village in central Sanbreak boasted a thriving winery with the Gauntlet Rouge, produced there being prized by connoisseurs across the land. Alas, all years of hard work were brought crashing down in an instant when the Black Shield sent by Lord Chief Justice Sanbreak turned Akashic, sowing death and destruction in their way. However, before those few villages who survived this assault could rebuild, a naval flood descended, forcing them to take refuge in the vineyards to the east, where Elderman Quentin seeks to start a new village with his family. That's good. Originally employed to guard Drake's fan, the bulk of the force was called to Kupka when he seized control of the Water Crystal and has served him and only him since. After Kupka's death, his forces scattered, largely returning to the countryside where many now engage in banditry. The town guard, the volunteer fighting force symbol and led by Conrad. Unlike the men in the Rock or the mercenaries previously charged with keeping Dalamil safe, every member of the guard is a Dalamilian born and bred and has the future of the town at heart. Many of the miners who lost their livelihoods when Drake's fang fell have found a new purpose in the guard, swinging swords and axes in the place of picks. the League of Merchants, the group responsible for filing and imitating Gallima's collective stores, that all might be supported in these troubled times. It draws its membership from the traders of the town and is led by Natalie, overseer of the markets. And it was she who recognized that Delamil's future could not be secured by force of arms alone. Only by bringing the entire town together might they summon the strength to drive back the bandits. Lord Underhill, Clive's alter ego, I bet one that was forced upon him by Luber's fondness for theatrics. It was Lord Underhill of the Rendalia League of Merchants who made it known to Natalie that help from the capital would not be forthcoming, and that the people down must work together to fill their own stores. Jill was rather more convincing the role of Lady Jane of the Red Wings, who planted the idea of forming a town guard in Conrad's mind. Both Conrad and Natalie still addressed Clive by this name, though in Natalie's case, this would appear to be not but a courtesy in his dramatic efforts. Tabor, settlement and essential. Tabor, an ancient settlement in central Dalmatia that seems to cling to the very cliffs which dominate the landscape of the region. Its proximity to the free cities of Canver gives Tabor a ready market for the high-quality leather its hands produce, as well as the salt and minerals mined from beneath it. The town's long history of isolation, however, has clouded the hearts of its residents, and to this day, many remain unwelcoming to outsiders. Unbeknownst to his sensory, it is from here that since the fall of the Roslith to the Empire, the secret coven of Ducal Lowell, known as the Undying, have carried out their duties to the Phoenix. It was founded by the so-called Guardians of Crystals, who were later joined by nomadic peoples and hunter-gatherers, creating a rich mixed culture which gives the town its unique flavor. It was those same hunters whose skills were employed to gather raw materials on which the leather working industry was built. Jalok, an old abandoned village built on the banks of Sardius Thread in the Dalmatian Republic. Jalok long served as a depot for crystals ferried up and down the river, but subsequent attacks on the slow-moving transport by bands prompted the Republic to establish new caravan trails for fleet-footed Chalkville cursors, essentially rendering the village obsolete. Soon after, the final inhabitants departed, while beasts moved in. However, there is an effort currently underway by Eloise and her Crimson Caravan to rebuild the town and provide it as a safe haven for displaced bearers. Very lovely. Croljit echoes, a bleak ochre wilderness stretched through central Dalmatia. Its northern half is a veritable warren of claustrophobic canyons and fallen detritus, lacking paved roads or outposts of any kind. In the south, however, the area finally opens up to Rismanoff Flat, and beyond it, the reclusive community of Tabor. This and the lonely trade route leading to the free cities of Conver provide this region with at least some semblance of civilization. The sole surviving nation, Ash, Valithea, has its capital stone here, home to the mother crystal of Drake's spine. It's ruled by Barnabas Tharmir, dominant of Odin and warden of darkness, who it transpires has formed an alliance with a mysterious being known as Ultima. Alright guys, I'll have this one here. Bronze 3. I'll see you later.